Good morning. Well, like I've said yesterday, we started a series and it's called Forgiveness. And I was able to explain some things about forgiveness and all of that, what forgiveness is not and all of that. Today's video is going to be a very short one because I'm just going to add up to what I earlier said about forgiveness. And I hope this is helpful. Yes. And some of these things I've tried them myself and I've gotten good results and all of that. So I'm going to explain further about forgiveness. Like I've earlier said, forgiveness is the shift of mind, your attitude towards someone that hurts you or towards something, towards a friend, towards a business partner, towards a parent and all of that. And one thing about forgiveness is that it does not mean reconnection. Yeah? Once you forgive someone, you are not obligated to reconnect with that person. Forgiveness does not mean that you must become exactly the way that relationship happened. When there is hurt, there is something that happens. There is a shift in that relationship and you cannot force it. It has to grow back again. So do not feel guilty if you've forgiven someone and you discover you can no longer reconnect with that person. You understand? So forgiveness does not mean reconnection. Does not mean that you must continue that relationship with that person. There is a space of you forgiving someone and then having a cordial relationship with that person without necessarily being the same thing you were with that person. You understand? Except in the instance where you grow past that moment. Because like I said, forgiveness is a continual process. So definitely there's room for improvement, for growth and all of that. Another thing that is important for us to note is that you set boundaries. You understand? After forgiveness, you set boundaries to stop some of those things from happening. If you are a religious person and you are thinking, how does that sound? And all of that. Setting boundary does not mean that you are creating a cubicle that you separate yourself or a fence from you and that person. There is healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are forms of fences that you set that demarcates you from those actions that hurt you. If you had a problem with a business partner, let's say, and you want to set boundary, and maybe the statement or maybe you had bad transaction, you can set boundaries like auditing. Let's say when it comes with money, you can bring someone to check all of that, and there are just healthy boundaries. If it is with a parent, you can decide to know how that relationship is going to go about. You set healthy boundaries, not boundaries that are toxic. Yes. Another thing you need to know is that there is another thing that does not look like forgiveness. And there are two things, and there is a very thin line between two of them. It's resentment and being nonchalant. Resentment, it means from the prefix re, that is repeat. You understand? Repeat, then sense, the word sense. So it's again, send again, something like that. You understand? So resentment is you having a feeling towards someone, anger, disappointment towards someone, and then being nonchalant is you having a careless thought, being careless, or having not having emotions for something, feeling for something. I'm just explaining in a layman language. So this resentment and nonchalance, there's a very thin line between the two of them. So you have to ask yourself, are you resenting this person, or you are being nonchalant about this person's attitude? Regardless of the two of them are actually not proper, especially in relationships that you are trying to build, or especially in situations that you are telling your mind that you've forgiven that person. In those kind of situations, you might grow up resenting that person, and you think you don't really care. So the two are actually two sides of a coin, and the line is very, very slim. The chances of you moving to the other side of the coin is very, 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 very possible. So you have to ask yourself, are you resenting this person? Or do you feel a nonchalant attitude towards that person? These are things you need to ask yourself in forgiveness as a process. And one of the good things, or one of the tools you use in forgiving someone, is seeking therapy. A lot of people undermine this therapy thing. You seek therapy from people, from counselors and all of that. You seek therapy. There are some hurts. There are a lot of people that have been hurt and they don't find it easy. They don't handle that situation well. That situation is a reason for a mental breakdown, a meltdown in their life. Please, in such situations, seek counselor. And there are a lot of books to read for forgiveness. And if you're interested in those books, you can comment, and I'm going to share some of those books with you so that you can read and know how to relate with people and how to grow as a forgiving person. You know, a lot of times people don't understand that everybody has emotions. People think you should just take anything. We have differences in background and all of that, and it usually shows in the way we react to things. So the chances of you offending someone is very, very possible. So all you need to do is find a way around it, amend, and set boundaries. And if you're the one the boundaries have been set against, you need to learn how to respect people's boundaries. Allow that bubble to be there. Don't try to force the relationship. If it is going to grow again, it is going to grow again. If you try to force a relationship, you end up making that person to resent you and all of that. And like I've said, do not try to cover your wounds. Do not try to pretend. Heal, mourn for that period of grief. Feel it. Allow the pain to be there. Do not act like it didn't happen. Allow it to come. Cry if you want to cry. Forgive that person and move on, so that it won't stop you from opportunities, or it won't stop you from having good health. It won't stop you from growing as a person, because you'll be filled with bitterness and your mind will program in a certain way. And like I've said, I am doing a series on forgiveness, but this is the last series, unfortunately. And I hope we all will stay tuned to this channel, so that we'll discuss more and more events and more aspects of our life and self or personal development, which will help us to have a sane society. Forget that fact that people tell you that you don't owe people anything. Please, you owe people sanity in the society, and this channel its goal is to reach that sanity, that personal sanity and that societal sanity. And see you next time. If this video was helpful to you, please share, comment, like, share your experience. Please, I want to know that I'm not alone in this. Share your experience, comment, and hit on the like button. See you next time. Bye.